Good morning, everybody. So what we're going to do today is we're going to finish up with our lessons on volume of a cylinder. This lesson is really just for practice. I'm just going to go through a couple practice problems. If this is the first video you're seeing, then let me remind you to go back to your notes or to the previous YouTube videos with the lessons on how to actually find the volume of a cylinder. So again, this is just for practice. After we're done with this lesson, I'm going to move on in the next couple of days to volume of a cone and also volume of a sphere. So just a heads up as to what's coming up. All right, so I'm going to get right into it. We're going to skip the I can statement, and we're just going to go ahead and start working on volume of a cylinder. Now, for all of these problems, every single one of them, my recommendation to you is to try them on your own. Pause the video as soon as I get to the next problem, as soon as I get to each problem, rather, and try to work them out on your own. And so all I'm really going to do is I'm going to work each of these out and show the work on the screen. But otherwise, try each of these on your own. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that you've already paused the video, you've worked this out on your own, and I'm going to go ahead and work this one out for your notes. So this one says that there's a cylindrical water tank. So again, we're dealing with a cylinder, the shape of a cylinder. It says that the diameter is 5.3. It's going to be all the way across, and the height is 9. So when I do this, of course, I'm going to write volume of a cylinder equals pi r squared h. Then I'm going to plug things in. Pi is 3.14. Radius, now here I'm actually going to go ahead and pull out my calculator because it gives me the diameter of 5.3. And because I can't do this in my head, I'm going to put it in my calculator. I'm going to do 5.3 divided by 2. So the radius is 2.65. We're going to square that and multiply it by the height, 9. Now when I take all of these things and multiply them together, again, that's going to be 3.14 times 2.65 times 2.65 times 9. And when I do that, my final answer is going to be 198.5. Now I'm rounding, of course, because I really had gotten 45585, but because the number after 4 is a 5, I'm rounding up. So I'm getting 198.5, and the units here are going to be cubic meters, and that's going to be my final answer for this problem. And again, let me just remind you that this is something that you should have tried on your own. All right, so my next slide, I have another shape of a cylinder. And again, let me reiterate, I know I keep repeating myself, but these are all the problems that you should be trying on your own and only refer to my work so that you can see how I did the problem, and that's it. All right, so got my cylinder. I'll draw it a little bit bigger this time. So I've got my cylinder. It's definitely symmetrical. Diameter 6.6, height 9. So when I plug into volume of a cylinder, which is pi r squared h, I'm going to get 3.14. There's my pi. My radius is half of 6.6, so that's going to be 3.3. Going to square that, and my height is 9.9. So I'm going to multiply all of these together. So I'm going to do 3.14 times 3.3 times 3.3 times 9.9, and I'm going to get 338.5. I'm rounding down to 0.5 because the next number is a 2. That's going to be in cubic centimeters. That's that problem right there. All right, here's our next one. Oops, there we go. I pressed the wrong button. Sorry, everybody. Get back into it. All right. So, again, we are finding our cylinder. I'm just going to skip drawing it because I'm terrible at drawing, but I'm going to have volume of my cylinder equals pi r squared h. And I notice here that they actually give me the radius. So this one's important. That means I don't need to divide it in half. They did not give me the diameter. They already gave me the radius, so this is going to be 3.14 times 6 squared times a height of 12. So I'm multiplying in my calculator 3.14 times 6 times 6. Remember, that's not 6 times 2, it's 6 times 6. You do the same number twice. Times 12, and my final answer is going to be 1,356 points. I'm going to round up. It's going to be 0.5. That's going to be in cubic inches, and that'll be that problem right there. All right. Next one, again, cylindrical drinking glass. So I'm going to have my volume of my cylinder equals pi r squared h. I'm going to plug in 3.14 times my radius. I do have to divide this in half. It's going to be 4 because they give me the diameter, squared times a height of 12.8. And I'm going to multiply all of these together. That's 3.14 times 4 times 4 times 12.8. And I'm going to get 643.1 because the following number would have been 0.7. So 643.1 cubic centimeters. And right there. All right, moving on. Okay, can of paint. Once again, a cylinder. So 15 centimeters high, diameter of 13.6. So volume of my cylinder is going to be pi r squared h. I'm going to plug in 3.14. Radius, so I have 13.6 divided by 2. I'm doing that in my calculator, and I get 6.8. That's my radius. Square that times a height of 15. All right, so that's 3.14 times 6.8 times 6.8 times 15, all in my calculator, and I get 2,177.9 cubic centimeters. Okay, and my last problem that I'm going to do with you all, and again, I know I said this a million times, but please, if you haven't done this yet, pause the video, try to find the volume on your own. I'm only putting up the work for your own reference. So I'm going to get here, volume of a cylinder is equal to pi r squared. Wow, that came out terrible. Let me see if I can erase that. There we go, pi r squared h. So I'm going to have 3.14 times my radius, 1.7 squared, times a height of 3. Put all this in my calculator. I get 3.14 times 1.7 times 1.7 times 3. My final answer is going to be 27.2 cubic inches. All right, that's all I have for you today. Please make sure you go back and practice all of these on your own. When I post the next lesson, it'll be on how to find the volume of a cone. It'll be on how to find the volume of a cone. All right, have a great day. Stay safe, social distancing. Try not to get sick. All right, goodbye, everybody.